Hello everyone and happy Monday. It's Tiffany and Brandon here at BMW Gallery Norwood, and we're live again, of course, because we go live every Monday from the store. This week we're going to go over the X4 M40, but before we do, as we do every week, I'd just like to remind everyone to subscribe if you haven't already. Click the little follow button in the bottom right of your screen, and follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube. Be sure to follow us anywhere and everywhere so that you can keep up with our dealership and the fun things that we're doing. To get started, Brandon's going to take us through the interior and the exterior of the car.
Here I am.
Here he is, a star. Can you tell us a little bit about
my beautiful mug here?
Can you tell us a little bit about this car in particular?
This car in particular, this is the 2017 BMW X4 M40. Now, this car, like the regular X4, is based off of the X3. So, with impending storms like we have coming, we thought it would be a good chance to talk about the X4 because it has X-Drive, just like our X5s that we have up here.
See a little bit of everything.
Our X3 is on the other side, and a lot of our other cars that we have here at the gallery. And right now, if you are familiar with the gallery, we are in the certified pre-owned area.
So, if we talk a little bit about this, I know you said we're on Blizzard Watch, X-Drive is always great. I think
Absolutely.
When you live in New England, people are always saying, oh my goodness, I love four-wheel drive, I need it. Can you talk about why X-Drive specifically is superior?
So specifically, X-Drive is a little bit superior to our competitors like Audi and Mercedes and Volvo and all of those other brands out there, including Lexus. Because our X-Drive system, or all-wheel drive system, we call it X-Drive, is rear-wheel drive biased. So that means we're sending most of the power to the rear wheels.
Okay.
However, our system, we can actually send 100% of the power to the rear wheels, or 100% to the front, or split it equally between the two.
What benefit does that provide to a driver in the snow or in conditions that were,
so
where it's really handy?
Our X-Drive, the whole reason behind it is because BMW's slogan, we are the ultimate driving machine. So they want to give you the ultimate performance ability in this vehicle, as well as the ultimate off-road ability. So although this isn't the tallest vehicle like our X5, this X-Drive system works identical to that of which that is in the X5. So this is a really great system to drive in any other climate condition other than the sun. Out in the summer, you can drive this anytime, especially in the winter, like the about 20 or so inches that we're about to get. Unfortunately, after we just had a 75-degree day a few weeks ago.
I know you were talking to me a little bit before we started filming too about how this model in particular is really special.
Yeah, so this model in particular is very special because, like I said, it's based off of the X3. However, it has a little bit of a hidden gem under the hood, per se, which is actually the engine that is in this car, and I can show you that in a second.
Love to see it.
The engine in this car is directly from the M2. So, straight out of the M2.
I didn't do the last one.
Straight out of the M2 and into the X4, we have a 355 horsepower and 369 pound-foot of torque engine. This thing is a rocket ship. This is unbelievably fast, and you have the beautiful M Performance logo right here, just like you would find on our M cars.
Can you rev it for us so we can hear it, kind of? So we can hear.
Let me give it a start up. Why don't you go ahead and walk around to the back and you'll be able to hear the exhaust.
Because I know we've done M cars in the past. It is March Madness, so we're kind of trying to stick to that whole M Madness deal. And these M cars, I mean, when you hear them, you know it's something special. You know, this is not something that comes from every other place. So we can hear that a little bit. Now, can we talk a little bit about the power behind this engine? I mean, with it being an SAV, I think that when you hear about M cars, you know it's performance, you know you're getting a race car feel, you know you're getting all that.
Absolutely.
So when you think SAV, you don't necessarily have the same connection as like race car.
Exactly, and that's completely understandable. However, in these cars versus a lot of competitor SAVs or SUVs, I know BMW is pretty specific. We're pretty much the only brand out there that uses the brand SAV for sport activity vehicle, at least we brand it as such. Now, one of the huge advantages, M car versus this midway SUV. So I know we have the X6M and the X5M, and those have bonkers horsepower, but this is pretty much the same thing, except just a little bit smaller. So some people don't want to spend the huge money and have a huge car, like the X6, which this is based on, essentially. It's a little bit smaller. It's going to get you around a track incredibly fast, just the same. It has dynamic damper control as standard on this car, so that what that means is you can actually adjust the ride stiffness. It can be softer or stiffer. So if you're going to take it on the track or out on a back road, you can toss it in sport mode and it's going to be extremely stiff. It's going to give you great feedback through the steering wheel. And speaking of steering wheels, this car has the M steering wheel. Why don't you take a look at it? It is absolutely beautiful.
So what makes the M steering wheel different? Like is it, you know, the material? This
isn't the true M steering wheel that you're gonna find in like an M2, M3, M4, and so on and so forth. This is the M Sport steering wheel. It's got paddle shifters, just like any other car that you can get of ours with M Sport. What makes it special though is because of how thick the grips are, the way it's designed to be able to hold very well when you're tracking this vehicle. The paddle shifters are very ergonomically placed, so it's comfortable to shift gears on your own. And you have very nice stitching all across the around the steering wheel, and the M Sport logo at the bottom.
It's the ultra mellow ones, you can see a little bit of everything. And as far as the driver, you know, the feel of the car, and when you get behind the wheel of this car,
it's a very driver-centric vehicle. If you want, actually, it's really cool. If you look down here in the bottom of the gauges, and this is a brand new car, it only has 3 miles on it. On the right-hand side, when you turn the car on, it says X4 M40.
Oh, yeah.
It lets you know that you're in a special car.
Right. And then you've still got all the luxury of the BMW. I mean, we were talking about, you know, what makes this a great winter car, what makes this a great summer car. There's the seats.
Again, yeah, so with the seats, this car, you know, you can get the cold weather package. You got the heated front and rear seats, as well as heated steering wheel, which is a great feature, especially since we live in New England. And then in the summer, you got these very large windows and nice drawback sunroof right up at the top.
Right. And the car itself, it is an SAV. I mean, you get the space inside, you get that, but it's sporty. The exterior of the car it doesn't look like every other SUV.
It's a coupe SUV. That's basically what it is.
It's like a hybrid of everything. It's like every serious little sibling rolled into one car.
Now, do we have any questions about this car so far, this far into the video before I continue? Maybe some of our viewers might have seen this car before, or if they've never seen it before, and they really want to know like what it is, why they made it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing any questions, but I definitely would like to know why they made it. You know, what called for this?
Well, one, because they could, but because there was nothing in this class. No other cars had anything like this, so BMW decided to let's go ahead and fill that gap. Just like all the rest of our cars, we have a car that fills every single gap. We have a car for every single kind of person out there, and this fills the SAV sport activity vehicle bill. It fits the bill.
What about safety?
Safety, again, like I've talked about in some of our previous videos live on Facebook, maybe on Instagram and some other places, we at BMW pride ourselves in having the highest safety. So we actually have a 5-star crash test rating on every single one of our cars. We hold our cars to a higher standard than NHTSA or IIHS. So we take really high pride in what we do with this car. We have strengthened front braces. Inside the door we have strengthened braces as well for, you know, if God forbid you got hit in the door, you'd be safe, as well as multi-stage airbag systems. So also what's really great about this being an SAV, you still have a large trunk. So let me open that real quick.
It doesn't look like it from the outside, which I gotta say, I'm kind of feeling it doesn't. This car doesn't feel bulky. Not that
it doesn't
any
feel
does.
or look big, but
But it
when you look at the
is.
size of the trunk, that's big. That's
Yeah.
not a small trunk, and
That's
all the
no
seats
seats
still
down.
fold down. When you fold all the seats down, you could pretty much fit anything you want in there.
Anything
Well, within reason,
within
obviously.
within reason.
You
A
know,
human.
those giant stuffed teddy bears for
Oh,
Valentine's Day.
yeah.
I know that just passed.
All the candy that goes on sale after Valentine's Day. How many bags of
Exactly.
candy you can fit?
How many
fit
fireworks you can fit in the trunk with 4th of July coming up soon?
We have all the holidays covered.
Exactly.
here.
Every holiday's covered.
Is there anything else that you think everyone should know about this car?
Well, I think everyone should know that this is a performance vehicle. But with performance vehicles, like BMW always does in their cars, they have lots of creature comforts, like the trunk. It has comfort access. That's a very familiar term to anybody with a BMW that has that option. So you have keyless entry access on all the doors, as well as the trunk. You can, just like some of the cars, not even just the buttons, you can actually kick to open and close the trunk. So if you have your arms full of groceries or
Like myself.
candy or fireworks,
I have my arms full of cell phone.
yes,
Like,
you would
oh,
actually
I'm
be
not
able to
following.
swing your leg under the trunk and open it. Right now, we don't. It's not doing it though because we don't have the key.
Oh, so you
Key is
need
in the car.
so it's not going to do it while the key's in the
Exactly.
ignition. Oh, well, not in the ignition, but makes a lot more sense.
Also, another unique thing, by the way, to the X4 M40, you have dark colored badging on the vehicle. It has black exhaust tips. And then the mirror caps as well.
Oh, I noticed that when we were going through the front.
So the mirror caps are ferret gray and they match the color of the wheels.
And are these wheels specific? Are these? I know M cars have their own specific wheels. These aren't necessarily the M wheels.
These are not necessarily M wheels, but they are M Sport wheels, and they are for this car.
For this car.
Yes.
When you get this, you're really getting a special.
You can
machine.
upgrade to optional 20-inch rims with Pilot Super Sport Michelin tires, which are summer tire specifics. These ones are Goodyears, and these are all seasons. Because again, we live in New England, and we get random snowstorms.
One thing I really like about it too is it's not a race car, so you can't drive it every day. We live in New England. You can drive it every day.
That's all a matter of opinion.
Huh.
It is a race car, but you can drive it every day.
Yeah, which is a fun experience, I think. And I think we should leave everyone with that because it's a really special tidbit. If you have questions about this car in particular, this really pretty car in particular, or any car in the BMW lineup or on our lot, you can call us, you can email us, you can come and talk to us. Brandon specifically, he's
Exactly.
our expert. You can come hang out with him and he'll answer any questions that you have about the car.
Hopefully I can answer any question you have about the car. Some of you guys out there can tend to be a little bit smarter than me sometimes. You guys really do your research sometimes.
I'm over-promising, is that what you're saying? I'm over-promising.
I know a lot about the
Well-
cars, but some of you out there really do your research.
Well, be sure to follow us because we're going to be back next Monday. We're going to do some fun stuff this month with all of our M cars. We're doing M Madness here at BMW.
Make sure you pay attention because next time we might even take this out on the road for a drive.
Ooh, is that a teaser?
That is a little bit of a teaser, I think.
All right, guys. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. On YouTube. Email us. Call us. Just subscribe to us and keep up with us. And have a good Monday and the rest of your week.
Stay warm.
Be safe in the snow. Bye.